It is high school football playoff time in Minnesota. Tonight on Channel 12, a Section 5 Class 6A game between the 7th seed, the Champlin Park Rebels, and the number 2 seed, the Osseo Orioles. Hello and welcome to Osseo High School. John Jacobson along with Joe Moline. And Joe, a great season for the Osseo Orioles. They have won 6 straight games, won the West Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference, on a roll, and playing very well as we start the postseason.
Yeah, these are one of those matchups where a few years ago, Champlin Park, Osseo playoff game, you'd think it's going to be a very closely contested game. Osseo separated themselves a little bit from Champlin Park this year with the kind of success they've had, and Champlin Park's maybe having a down year, but we look at it like this. This is Champlin Park's Super Bowl, really. They could come in here, pull off the big upset, and it'd be a big win for this squad.
These teams have not played during the regular season in the opposite divisions of the Northwest Suburban. Champlin Park, as Joe said, just 3-5 this season. Coach Darren Lamker from Osseo is not convinced they're a 3-5 team. He's a little worried about this team. That may be a little bit of coach speak, but I mean, generally concerned about the science the Rebels bring and thinks they're a better team than the record might indicate.
Yeah, I think Coach Lamker has a big challenge, him and his coaching staff, to keep these kids focused on this game here tonight and kind of guard against that overconfidence that sometimes high school kids have against Champlin Park and not look forward to next week already. And then that size up front, I mean, Champlin Park's going to have the advantage in the size. That hasn't mattered against Osseo's opponents this year for the most part, but Champlin Park has a chance to kind of work that here tonight. I looked at their captains. Some of those captains on their team are the guys that play up front. Those captains want to put the team on their back here tonight and try to win that battle, but again, Osseo and their speed has been able to kind of fight against teams with bigger teams all year long.
Osseo's got a strong defense. Champlin Park, on their part, would like to keep that defense on the field a long time. To do that, they'll need a strong running attack, and their leading rusher this year has been junior Detrice Mosomo.
Yeah, he's a speed running back, and when you think about Osseo's defense, you think about speed. Well, that's what you think about him too. So it's kind of speed versus speed matchup, and they're gonna have to try to use him tonight to make some big plays, because we all know Osseo's offense makes big plays and puts their defense in really good advantages. So Champlin Park will look for a couple big plays here tonight too.
Osseo, a lot of outstanding talent on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to look at one of their starting linebackers, their leading tackler this year, Andrew Lannert.
And because of his defensive line has been so strong this year, and they're a speedy defensive line that really does a good job of eating up blockers, he's in position to make a lot of tackles. So he's a great tackler, but he also, according to Coach Lamker, a very heady player. So he's very smart, knows where to be, and makes those tackles when he gets the opportunity.
A little bit of a win tonight, but shouldn't be too much of a factor in this one. Osseo does like to throw the ball, so we will find out when this one kicks off in just a few minutes. Champlin Park, Osseo in the Section 5 playoffs. And it's coming up next right here on 12 Sports.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown! Back at John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field in Osseo and Champlin Park ready to kick off this first round playoff game, Section 5 of Class 6A. And I guess you could call it is a quarterfinal round game, Joe, but it's not a true in Class 6A bracket. These teams, the winners tonight in Class 5A or Section 5 and Section 6 of Class 6A will cross over next week. So next week, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Prior Lake Shakopee, going on in Section 6 tonight. We'll talk more about that as the evening goes on. And we have a touchback to start tonight's game, and good way for Osseo to start on his special teams. It's 1st and 10 for Champlin Park, starting from its 20-yard line.
Well, one thing, it's going to be very important for Champlin Park early on in this game as they put this very good defense from Osseo on the field, is to move the chains early. Even if you are not able to get points on the board, it's not to kick into the wind here on a 3-and-out and give Osseo that short field.
Max Biegert is the starting quarterback. You see his numbers, 682 yards passing on the season. He will also rush the ball some. He's rushed for 173 yards and 2 scores this year. And out of the I formation, first down handoff goes to Nunde Wakolo, a senior running back who gains 3 out to the 23-yard line.
Wakolo gets that run right there for Champlin Park, and he has not been the leading carrier on the team there. In fact, he's 4th in the team in yards coming into this game, but a bigger running back maybe presenting a different challenge for this undersized Osseo defense here tonight.
And he stays in the backfield and get the call on 2nd down, trying the right side, and gets out to the 24-yard line. A yard pickup, it'll be 3rd down and 6.
When you talk about the undersized Osseo defense, it usually doesn't make a difference of their size because they swarm to the football so good. And right there you saw, again, a hole open up but close in a hurry, surrounded by orange jerseys coming down from the defensive line. Included on that tackle was Ryan Lynch, the defensive end for Osseo.
3rd and 6 for the Rebels. And Biegert wanting to throw, has the time. A throw a little bit behind his intended receiver and incomplete. Good coverage by Jordan Hawley. You look at it again as the pass intended for Casey Carlson falls incomplete. It's a 3-and-out for Champlin Park to start.
I saw Biegert kind of double clutch a little bit on that pass, someone in this passing lane, but he did a good job of trying to put it on his receiver, and unfortunately they just couldn't connect.
Matt Juneau is the punter. Bounces at the 46 across midfield and into Osseo territory. And Osseo will start at its 45-yard line. Kick of 31 yards, and no return.
Well, and that's the scenario that you wanted to guard against if you're Champlin Park. You put Matt Medkey there. As you take a look at his stats below, just outstanding numbers for the senior quarterback. You know, you give him a short field here of 54 yards, and Osseo is in such good shape as they take over for the first possession.
You've got good running backs across midfield in the first carry of the game for the Osseo offense is Jamin Hampton. We'll see a lot of him along with Prince Kruan will also carry the ball quite a bit tonight for the Orange and Black. Gain of 7, Joe.
Yeah, good pickup early on in this Osseo team. You know, they come out with their 2 big wide receivers to the outside, but they're still able to run the football so good out of that double wide receiver formation.
Pitch goes left. Big hole on that left side. This is Kruan with the first down. And bumped out of bounds at the Champlin Park 32-yard line to pick up a 17.
Kruan is the second leading running back on this team, but he has a better average per carry than Jamin Hampton, the starter. He averages 6.3 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns on the season, and he's really picked it up. You know, a couple weeks ago we were out here at Channel 12, and he was averaging 50 yards per game. Now he's up to 76 already. He's been touching the ball a lot the last few weeks.
Pitch goes his way again. And this time hit at the 29-yard line, falls forward a couple of more yards for a pickup of 5. Jack Darnell on the tackle for Champlin Park. Darren Lampkin on his 9th year as head coach at Osseo. Conference champions, as we mentioned, and 7-1 record. And a good start for his defense and his offense. On a 2nd down and 5. Hand up off the middle, and this time it's Hampton with the carry again. Gains a few more yards. Tackle on the play by Jacob Heil, junior linebacker. Be shy of a first down by a yard, 3rd and 1.
Well, I think Osseo here, 3rd down and 1 situation. These are ones where Champlin Park will really like to prevail. I mean, it's hard to get Osseo in a 3rd down situation, period.
Stay on the ground, Hampton, a first down. Inside the 20, down to the 18. On the stop for Champlin Park, Dylan Cox.
You see a big seal block there on the outside. A great block by Osseo's Cameron Munson that really opened that one up and allowed them to get that first down. Munson, the left tackle for Osseo.
Again, staying on the ground. This little shorter gain is time to the 16-yard line. Hampton again. Pickup of 3, maybe. Second down and long 7.
We talked about Osseo's passing game and how dynamic it's been this year. Right now, they're just finding a lot of success on the ground, and they're not going to force any passing when they don't have to.
And go with the quick huddle and Cruoy in. He gets the carry this time. He brings it down to the 12-yard line. Pick up a 5.
Melvin Joyce did a good job for Champlin Park coming on that line of scrimmage, but the only problem was he let the momentum for the running back get a couple more yards after contact. He wants to drive that running back in the backfield there. That could have been held for a shorter gain.
This is Cruon. This time he stopped. And it'll be no gain there. It'll be third down as Jason Anderson makes the stop. Anderson, outstanding two-way lineman, and makes the grab there. Actually, Darnell got a hand in there, and Anderson able to wrap him up around the legs. So now fourth down coming up for Osseo. A long one to go for a first. Medke looking toward the bench. Now he's going to keep it himself, goes forward, and gets down to the 6-yard line and has a first down.
You saw Medke in that situation at 4th down and 1. He looks to the sideline several times there to kind of see if a different play call is going to come in. I think they probably stuck with the original call, the quarterback sneak, and he did a good job of running that and putting his head down and getting off the ball quickly.
First and goal from the 6. And all rushing plays so far. They'll stay on the ground again. Another run. This is Cruot fighting toward the end zone. He's going to be brought down at the 2 after a pickup of 4. It'll be second down and goal.
Cruot really hits the hole hard here. They get some outside penetration, but it doesn't matter because he's hitting the hole with the kind of tenacity you need to.
And it's a touchdown. Cruot out, and touchdown run by Hampton. It's 6-0 Osseo.
Hampton, the senior running back, getting the honors of getting in the end zone first here tonight. And for Hampton, his 10th touchdown of the year. 2-yard rushing touchdown right there. Just takes it straight up the middle. And Osseo, a team known its ability to pass the football, simply runs the football all the way down Champlin Park's throat for a 54-yard touchdown drive. And look again, nice lead block by his fullback up the middle, and he just follows him up the hole.
Justin Ekier with that lead block. Joe mentioned opening the hole for that young man, Jamin Hampton, for the touchdown. Extra point by Elliott Kane was good, and it's 7-0.
And that's what Osseo does to you. I mean, they Champlin Park won the toss here, got the football, and Osseo has such confidence in both his offense and its defense. They kick the ball off, they get the wind at their back, get the quick stop, 3 and out, and they get that short field. And now that's, what the Orioles do better than anybody I've seen this year is just put people behind right away and early.
Simon Towell on the kickoff and a touchback. First kick of the game. With a good boot, but this one in the field of play. Fielded at the 4-yard line by Mosilmo. It's out past the 20 and it's planted there at the 22. Jim Yakunde on the tackle. First and 10 from the 22 for Champlin Park. That drive for Osseo, Joe, 11 plays, 54 yards. And all on the ground.
Yeah, it was a good-looking drive. Had to convert it on 4th down and one time, and did that successfully and put it in the end zone.
Mike Corton now in his 11th year as head coach at Champlin Park, an Osseo High School graduate. On first down and a little movement along the line as the handoff went to Mulsumo. We'll get our first penalty of the game. Offside against the Orioles. So 1st and 5 for Champlin Park from their 27. Two receivers right for Biegert. And he'll hand that ball off. Mulsumo trying to bounce outside and can't do so. Wrapped up and dropped by Quentin Perkins.
And Quentin Perkins just does a good job of shooting through the line of scrimmage, not getting blocked there, getting off it quickly, making that tackle near the line of scrimmage. Champlin Park trying to capitalize on that that offsides penalty, and they didn't really do a good job there. You want to get a couple yards there on first down and give yourself a nice short second down conversion.
No gain, 2nd down and 5. The snap is high. Mulsumo goes back and covers it back at the 9. Be a loss of 18.
Well, it just looked like a snap that had too much velocity on it there, and Biegert actually was a little bit high too, but he actually didn't react as quickly. It seemed like either it was maybe snapped a little bit early or just had that much speed on it.
So 3rd and very long for Champlin Park. Biegert looking right, spins away from Finley. Throws downfield on the near sideline and incomplete. Almost tackled at or near the end zone, able to get away from that. There's a flag down.
You know, that flag might be that he passed the line of scrimmage. It came awfully late there, and it came.
Yeah, he is past the line of scrimmage.
So adding insult to injury right there. Champlin Park just going the opposite way on this possession. You thought that maybe they'd try to piece some things together on that second possession of the game, get the early game jitters out of the way, but this one really went negative in a hurry. They started at the 22-yard line, and now on this punt here on a 3-and-out, they're going to be snapping from inside their 11.
That's a loss of down penalty, so they're pushed back. Or Juneau standing near the back of the end zone now. And his second punt of the first quarter. Kicking into the wind. Low kick. Again takes a Champlin Park bounce, but still not a terribly long punt, and goes down at the 35-yard line. A punt of 30 yards and great field position for the Orioles.
Yeah, not the situation you want to be in if you're Champlin Park, but you have to try to step up and make a play as a defense, try to create some turnovers. Well, on the season, this defense has been able to intercept the football a little bit, but right now you have to put Osseo in a situation where they think they have to pass. Right now, Osseo's just been able to run the ball so successfully on the ground that that ball, it will probably go to the air on this possession, but it really doesn't have to the way they're running the ball.
Play action, and they're going to go deep for Kittleson, who catches it in stride, and he's in for the touchdown. Connor Kittleson has been a deep play threat all season. Joey is averaging 20 yards per catch, gets 35 there, and it's 10th receiving TD of the season.
Yeah, his counterpart on the opposite side, Goldschmidt's more of maybe the possession receiver if you're to label them, and Kittleson makes the big plays. You know, he's at 809 yards receiving in 8 football games, over 100 yards per game, and a touchdown per game as well, and he puts another big one on the board there. And how about the throw from Medke? I mean, just in stride, taking the wind into account, throws a perfect strike.
An extra point from Kane is up and it's through. 4:57 to play in the first quarter. It's now 14-0.
And the play action fake, not really fooling the defense at all. They actually used it just for Hampton to kind of get him to the right side for protection. It wasn't really a fake where they really were trying to sell it. But you see the one-on-one coverage to the outside, and Kittleson, you know, he's been shrugging off one-on-one coverage all year long. I mean, he's really a receiver that almost demands a double team. the problem with that, John, is that this team has too many weapons. You can't just put all the focus on Kittleson. I mean, if you put all the focus on Kittleson, they're going to run the football quite successfully with that safety paying so much attention to that receiver, and they'll just throw it to the other side where they have plenty of weapons as well. And this is the kind of team where we talk about those top 2 receivers, but something tells me if those guys weren't around, we'd be talking about 2 other guys. I mean, there's always guys that are jumping into the mix for Osseo, especially when it comes to making plays with the football in their hands.
Tao's third kickoff into the end zone. Now 2 touchbacks for him. First and 10, Champlin Park from its 20-yard line.
Champlin Park really wants to do something here to stop the bleeding, and it's going to be a long, sustained drive. That'll exactly what the doctor orders for Champlin Park, but it's got to come with some positive yards. I mean, last possession, move backwards, and it's just got to be that those linemen up front have to get mean and nasty and just start winning some battles.
Osseo the back behind Biegert. First down and 10. Again, Rebels from their 20. And Osseo getting the ball carry. Or no, excuse me, it's the keeper, Biegert, who's wide open, and he's out past the 40. This may come back. There's a flag down. Gain of 22 out to the 42, but it is going to be holding against the Rebels.
Oh, just a real tough one, too, because it was such a nice gainer. And I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was the one that was right out here in the open. When we get a second look at it, we'll take a look. You'll see the fake handoff really fools the entire Osseo defense, and then you see right here the receiver just grabs on, just doesn't really have to. But unfortunately, Jonathan Yee gets a little too handy out there with the hold, and that brings what was a very good play for the Rebels backwards.
Holding on the Rebels. First and 17.
The spot foul moves it back to the 13-yard line. It'll be second down and 17 from there. And Biegert on the keeper. After the fake to Osseo, he's out past the 15 to the 17, gain of 4.
The keepers look pretty good the last couple of plays. What they're doing is they're using Osseo's speed as a disadvantage. Osseo's really jumping on that initial, what they think is the ball carrier, and Biegert's able to kind of sneak out of there and get some decent yardage on that keeper. We saw Elk River do that a little bit successfully a couple weeks ago, and Osseo eventually adjusted, but some of that play fake gets that quick defense jump into the middle.
Second down call. Biegert on the rollout option, and he's going down. Rich Davis coming down and dropping him for a loss.
Rich Davis is matched up here against the tight end for Champlin Park, and he simply just gets to his outside shoulder. And once he gets that positioning, it's hard for that tight end to get that block unless he's able to hold or just drive him out of there. That was Scott Bowe, the tight end, 6'6", 180 pounds. He definitely has a size advantage in terms of height, but there's such a height disparity there, it's actually hard to get low on him. So it's actually an advantage, I think, to Davis. Davis got low, got good positioning, and fought through and made a nice tackle.
No gain, third down, and 13 to go for the Rebels. Biegert under a rush, gets away, trying to run it. Maybe got half a yard and then goes down. Davis again on the tackle.
Osseo dials up a blitz coming from the inside. There's the linebacker, Quentin Perkins. He misfires on the tackle in the backfield, but eventually everyone else racks around him, and Andrew Landers, the leading tackler who we featured in the pregame, finishes it off.
Timeout on the field as we look at the Section 5 bracket. The game's going on tonight. Maple Grove, unbeaten on the season, garnered the top seed. They are hosting Anoka just down the road tonight. Dutino Grace at home against Coon Rapids. Blaine is facing Centennial up at Blaine High School, and Osseo was here against Champlin Park, and then they switch over to next week. As we mentioned earlier, it was the winner of this game taking on the winner of the Prior Lake Shakopee game. Other potential matchups, if Maple Grove wins, they would host either Edina or Minnetonka. Eden Prairie, #1 seed in Section 6. Assuming a win for them tonight against Armstrong, they would host potentially Totino Grace in a rematch of a game we saw very early in the season. Kick away by Juneau at the 46, fumbled, picked back up at the 41. And a good run down the left sideline and bumped out of bounds at the 25. And then a flag comes in late on that hit.
I don't know. They're going to call the runner for lowering his helmet the way he did? Oh, no, it's going to be a block below the waist. You can't block below the waist on a turnover or a punt return. And
Cortez Stanley here on the return.
Watch the way Cortez Stanley finishes this run, though.
Harrison Jones is going to come in.
We don't see the penalty there, but we do see the big hit by Cortez Stanley, who Coach Lamker really wanted to point out on how good he's played defensively this year. He supports the run well from the cornerback position, and you see what he can do athletically, returning punts right there. So dynamic athlete making a difference on special teams and defense for this Osseo team.
Ball back to the 44-yard line. First down and 10 for the Orioles there. Medke out of the shotgun. I'll hand the ball off, and a gain to the 44, a couple of yards for Justin Ikior, his first carry tonight. Tackle by Darnell. Going with a gain of 1. Second down and 9. Roll out, Medke looking to throw, fires, and incomplete.
See Medke on the sprint out right here. They unblocked is Jacob Heel coming from the outside spot for Champlin Park, but with that sprint out, Medke keeping his speed up, knows that he has an unblocked end on the outside there. Linebacker coming from that side, but he does a good job sprinting out. Throws a decent football right there, but that one falls incomplete, and that brings up maybe the best situation the Champlin Park defense has had all day.
Third down and 9. Medke throws it back left side. This is Hampton, and he'll go down. Good pursuit at Champlin Park. Rebels make the tackle. Melvin Joyce on the stop along with Dylan Cox.
Well, Dylan Cox got off his block nice and early right there. He read screen early. He was being blocked by Ikior out there on the outside and did a good job getting into him and then shedding that block. He read screen from the get-go, and just being able to read it and realizing where he was getting blocked from helped him make that play early.
No gain, 4th down and 9. And the Orioles will go for it here from the Champlin Park 43. Medke throws over the middle and caught. And a race to the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Orioles. Gabriel Gallamieu for the score, 43 yards.
Well, we talked about, if it wasn't those two receivers that we speak about, who would step up, and it's Gallamieu. He's going to be the guy next year you're reading about, as long as they find a quarterback that can get him the football, because this kid's an athlete as well. One of the fastest kids on the football team, very dangerous with the ball in his hands, and it's like he pushed the turbo button once he caught that football. A great catch, too, because that ball was, it looked to me like it was deflected. He was able to grab it at his shoestrings before it touched the turf, and then he just put the Jets on.
Kane 3 for 3 on extra points, and it's 21-0 Osseo with 1:01 to play in the first quarter.
That ball gets deflected. You can see it. I mean, almost a great play. I mean, that's a game of inches right there. Jack Darnell, 6'3". Boy, if he was 6'4", he knocks this ball down. Gets a fingertip on it. Just not enough of a deflection. And then I talked about that. Just incredible speed from Gallamieu. He caught that ball. A lot of guys catch that football. They're happy they got the first down. They're looking for the tackle. I mean, he just took off. He was looking end zone all the way.
Fourth kickoff, Joe, the first quarter for Osseo. And Tau getting a good leg into it inside the 5. Osseo trying to go outside on the left, and he gets out to about the 30-yard line. Be the best starting position for Champlin Park, but they trail already by 3 scores.
Well, Coach Lampker told us before the game, this game will go into the fourth quarter. We're going to have to play tough here tonight, and Champlin Park's got one heck of a comeback to make that happen. And it must be a really strong win. When Champlin Park turns over in the second quarter, they're going to have to win at their back, and maybe they can put up 21. But right now it's going to be just about moving the chains. Got to take care of the simple things, execute.
Biegert takes the handoff. We'll keep it. 35, 40-yard line. Goes down to the 42-yard line and picks up a first down.
I mean, they found something in that play right there. A couple times they've executed the keeper quite well, and a good ball fake up the middle. You saw that. That really drew in the defensive end, Rich Davis, and Davis bit really hard on that, and that allowed that end to open up. That's where Davis had come from, that defensive end spot. Showed his speed getting down the line of scrimmage, and they really used it again. His advantage went to his disadvantage there when he didn't read the play correctly.
Gain of 13, first down for the Rebels from the 42. This time they do give the ball off, and Osseo will get about 2 yards out to close to the 44. Bring up second down and 8.
And Denny Finley worked his way down from the opposite defensive end spot as Rich Davis, and very speedy defensive ends making plays all season long, and Finley read that play. They actually took Davis off the field now, and Abraham Johnson replaced him out there. It's just a way to kind of teach Finley, or Rich Davis rather, what's going on that play.
That is the end of the first quarter. Our score, Osseo 21, Champlin Park nothing. We're back with more playoff football from Osseo High School after this timeout.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Jam.
Channel 12, your local source.
With Joe Moley and I'm John Jacobson. Welcome back to Osseo High School. Start of the second quarter. Champlin Park facing a second down and 8 from their 43-yard line. Biegert will hand the ball off. Osseo breaking one tackle out past the 45 to the 47. Gain of 3. It'll be third down and about 3 to go, maybe 4 for Champlin Park.
Champlin Park faced now with the difficult task of converting here on third down and 5. It should be a difficult situation. It's one of those situations you want to be in once you get third down and 5 or less. But offensively this year, they just haven't had the kind of completion percentage that allows these kind of conversions to sound easy.
Biegert able to draw the defense offside. It may have been Finley that jumped there.
I think this is going to be on Osseo. So I think Champlin Park may get a freebie. Oh, they're going to go, yep, offsides.
And that'll be enough for first down.
And that's something Osseo definitely wants to clean up, because right now they're up by 21 points, but you still want to stay sharp, especially in the playoffs. I mean, something like that next week could cost them a football game.
First and 10, Rebels at the Osseo 48. And Biegert looking to throw. Throws to his right, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Holly. Jumped the route, gets the pick.
Oh, that's just a ridiculous play. Holly comes from the safety spot right there, reads what's going on, and just incredible closing speed. High school football, you only have to get 1 foot down. He might even got 1 foot down, rather. He might have got 2 down, but makes the catch, the interception. Incredible play, and gives that defense the ball back, or the offense the ball back, rather.
First and 10, Osseo from its 44. Just underway here in the second quarter. Medke, quick drop, throws it to Kittleson, breaks a tackle. He's at midfield into Champlin Park territory, and inside the 40 to the 39. Gain of 16 and a first down, Joe.
Yeah, great play right here. You know, a lot of times teams like to go for the kill after the go down the field. After a turnover, they throw it underneath there and get good yardage after the catch.
Back to the ground game, and a gain to the 35-yard line, a gain of 3.
Osseo just winning every facet of the football game right now, doing what they want to do, defensively making big plays, getting those 3-and-outs early on in the game, and now defensively getting that big turnover.
Play action fake, they throw out of the backfield. This is the tight end, Phillips, inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Joshua Riley Phillips, and a gain of 16.
Well, Riley Phillips, a very good tight end, but probably doesn't see the ball as much as he would for a lot of other teams because of the kind of wide receivers that they have on this team. He doesn't see the ball quite as much, but he saw what he could do right there when they designed a play for him.
First and 10 from the 19. Hand off to Hampton. Able to spin ahead a couple of yards to the 17-yard line. Jacob Heil on the stop. Second down and 8.
Heil did a great job there getting early penetration, making some contact, and even as the runner tried to squirt away, he finished off the tackle.
Quick throw. Similar plays a couple plays ago. Kittleson inside the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Osseo. 18 yards and a score, the second tonight for Connor Kittleson.
And that's just simply a read play that they're seeing. That cornerback is giving him so much space since that early touchdown over the top. Alexander Zeze, the cornerback out there, was off the line of scrimmage by almost 10 yards, maybe more. And, you know, Kittleson beat him early in the game going by over the top. And if they're going to give him 10 yards at the line of scrimmage, they'll just fling it out to him and see what he can do after the catch. And, again, another player for Osseo who, once he gets the ball in his hands, he becomes even more dangerous.
Well, throw, trying to get the 2-point conversion, and they do. And it's 29-0. Look at the touchdown again.
Well, that's not going to be. It's not going to be Zeze, Alexander Zeze's favorite play right there, backing off the way he did and then just getting burned as bad as he did after the catch. But Kittleson, pretty special athlete, good wide receiver, puts it into the end zone once again. And for him, that's his 10th touchdown of the season. Excuse me, 11th.
Look at the 2-point conversion again. Medke. Kittleson again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the 2-point conversion is for at this point, being up 27-0 going into that play, but I think it's one of those things where, you know, you might put it on film and give something for upcoming opponents to think about it, perhaps.
I couldn't quite tell, Joe, that was bobbled a little bit enough where
no,
Medke didn't feel like they could get the kick down. Here's the kickoff. This will go toward the sideline and rolls out of bounds. It'll be a penalty on Osseo on the kick.
Champlin Park has not got great field position this evening, but with that kick going out of bounds, I mean, one of their better spots all night long. Think about that. Osseo's had better field position every time they touch the ball.
A lot to cheer about for the Orioles. They're up 29-0 with 9:20 to play here in the second quarter. Champlin Park will start this drive first and 10 from its 35. Biegert handing the ball off. Musilmo 40-yard line, 45. Nice little spin move there. Gets a first down, gains 11 to the 46. 1,020 yards rushing for him on the season coming in.
Well, you have to be good if you rush for over 1,000 yards, and he showed us a little something there.
His best carry tonight. And the Rebels nearing midfield. And off Osseo out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Tackled by Perkins. Second down handoff. Osseo trying to get to corner on the right. And gets to the 49, then driven back by a pile of orange shirts. Pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Gets a pretty good block on the outside there by Brandon Biedinger, the tight end for Champlin Park, and gets nearly close to a hold there. He got a little bit, a handful of jersey, but did a good job of letting go as quickly as possible, but it was enough of a seal block on the outside there that gave his running back some room to breathe and some turf to run on.
Ball right at midfield, 3rd down and 6. Ridinger in motion to the right, and Biegert will hand off in the delay, give them Osseo, huge hole up the middle, 40-yard line, 35 and down at the 33. Gain of 17 and a first down.
Touchdown saving tackle here. Nice little delayed draw play up the middle there. And the tackle made by Cortez Stanley. And Stanley's not right there in the right spot at the right time. That goes for 6. A nice play call and a great execution by the Rebels up front.
Fresh set of downs for the Rebels. Osseo, another big hole. Fumbles the football. They're going to say he was down. And a gain inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Cameron Kelly is the guy that came up with the football at the end. Ooh, it's close.
It's close. Great block there by the left tackle. Jason Anderson absolutely blew his guy off the line of scrimmage there. And a nice hole opened up between the guard and the tackle.
On 2nd down and 1. And Osseo this time clearly fumbles, and it's out, and Osseo recovers.
An absolute error right there by the Rebels in the exchange.
Nick Brecht on the fumble recovery for Osseo.
Kind of mistake you don't want to be making this time of year, and I don't think he thought he was getting the football. I think he thought that was it was kind of confusion on the play. I think he thinks that was a quarterback keeper because he just was surprised that ball was even in his midsection.
Second turnover of the game for Champlin Park. Osseo trying to turn it into more points. Jamin Hampton, the first down carry, spins out to the 34 and a gain of 4. He'll come out, Crua in. Medke right back under center. He'll pitch it back to Crua. 35, 40-yard line, up to the 41. He's got a first down. Gain of 7.
Look how quickly Osseo's going right now. I mean, their foot is absolutely on the gas pedal. The chains are barely set, and they're already ready to snap the football. The play's been called, and everyone knows the play without even huddling up.
Give is to Crua, and cut down to the backfield. The loss on the play. Mitchell Galbraith coming in. Excuse me, it's Trevor Long coming up and making the tackle, and a loss of 2.
Long, one of the members of this junior class, which is very strong for Champlin Park this year. Shot across the line of scrimmage there. Destroyed that play from the get-go.
The long play makes it 2nd down and 12 for the Osseo offense. Hampton back in. Play action, a little dump off over the middle to Kittleson. Short gain this time. Jason Anderson on the tackle. Completion out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Fourth catch for Kittleson. Inside of 5 minutes to play here in the first half. The throw and the catch for a 1st down. No, say Kittleson was bobbling it and did not come up with it cleanly. Coverage by Terry Sarpong. So it goes as an incompletion. Now it's 4th down. Look at it again. Kittleson on his break.
You got to give Sarpong credit, though. He sticks with it right here. Look at Sarpong, does a good job and attacks the hands of the receiver, Kittleson.
Well, I don't know. It seems like he had that before he lost control.
That's a great call.
All right, 4th down. Osseo will kick it away. First punt of the night for the Orioles as it's booted away by Kittleson. And the bounce out of bounds at the Champlin Park 28-yard line.
Let's see if Champlin Park can make something happen here. Maybe the clock being where it's at and the urgency of getting some points on the board before halftime will do some good for this offense. Right now it's got to be difficult being down 29-0, playoffs, knowing this is perhaps your last game of the season, last game of the career of some of the seniors. Difficult to get after it at this moment when you kind of feel like you've been hit by a truck.
McCullough back in the backfield behind Biegert. He'll get the handoff. Breaks a tackle and gets out to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 2.
Scott Hildebrand was in the backfield there, and he did a good job of kind of breaking down after he got off his block and realizing that, you know, the ball was coming back to him in the hole there. Hildebrand made a nice play there in the interior for the defense for Osseo.
On 2nd down and 8, flag is down, ball is out. Biegert on it. Well, it's back to the 27-yard line. Let's check out the flag. We'll start against Champlin Park.
It's going to be an illegal shift, not a false start. False start would be dead ball, so that it actually is an illegal shift for Osseo has the option to decline, which they will do. They're going to take that 3rd down and long rather than giving Champlin Park an extra down despite losing 5 yards. They think they're in pretty good shape right now at 3rd down and 10.
Three receivers to the right for Biegert on the 3rd down and 10 play. Roll out right, fires, ball is tipped and incomplete. Intended receivers Scott Bowe, coverage by Nick Brecht. And Champlin Park will have to punt. Juneau in for his 3rd punt. 3:19 to play, first half. It fielded back at the 32. We're going to get a flag. Kennedy's on the return out to the 45. We're going to have either a hold or a block in the back on Osseo. We'll run this back.
Yeah, Ryan Swanson, the guilty party for Osseo. He comes to the bench, kind of It was one of those situations where he tried to get in the right position there, but just didn't get the head on the right side of that block.
So they'll mark it off back to the Osseo 22-yard line. There's the block.
What you got to do there is just run alongside of him. You're still going to be just as effective. You're going to take that space away. But if you kind of just make contact rather than really go out and hit him, it's going to be a different call from the official.
Each hole for Hampton, 35-yard line out to the 40 and down to the 42-yard line, a gain of 20.
Just a huge hole opens up here. They pull around the left side guard, kick out the linebacker that's up in the hole, and then Hampton makes the defender miss in the hole. That's Alexander Zeze, leaves him in the dust, comes upfield, and he gets a first down, but that ball actually comes back with that holding penalty.
Marty Hill on the tackle, and yes, another penalty will drive Osseo back to its 11-yard line. So wipe out the first down run for Hampton. Well, handoff off. This is Crua out past the 30. Well, if he didn't get the first down, he's awfully close. Getting back the penalty yardage plus close to 10 more.
A couple things to watch here. Watch Crua as he slows down to allow a block to happen. Shows great patience out there in the open. Another thing to check out there, downfield, Alex Peterson, one of the offensive linemen, number 60 for us. If you catch him in that screen, just hustling all the way downfield, gets a good hit there at the end. Helps pick up his running back too.
Champlin Park player injured right at the Osseo bench. It was a first down on the run by Crua.
Sarpong, injured Champlin Park player, made a great play earlier to get that third down stop.
So penalty, Joe, on the punt return. Another penalty in first down. Osseo's comes back, gets the first down, and starts fresh from the 33. Still with time to put some more points on the board. 2 timeouts remaining. First down and 10 from their 33. Medkey, a handoff. On the end around, this is Galbo, had the touchdown earlier on the touchdown pass. Galbo getting it out to the 44 and a gain of 11.
Watch the block Michael Griffin gets here on the end. That's a great pancake block. 71, putting the Champlin Park guy down on the ground. Lets his running back / receiver, Gallamy, run right around with that end around reverse play. But, just to block that offensive lineman Love. That Michael Griffin complete pancake block in the open field.
From the 44, and a big wrap up by Matt Juneau in the offensive backfield, the loss of 2.
6'7", 275, huge player for the Rebels. Makes a big play here. Look at that, get off the ball nice and low, just destroy the tackle across from you there. Cameron Munson loses that battle, but a great job just shooting across the line of scrimmage by Juneau.
Second down and 12. Medkey throwing deep for Kittleson, comes back for the ball and makes the catch at the 35-yard line.
Medkey there rolls out to his right and throws off his back foot for really no reason. It's one of those things where he probably shouldn't have done that. Not the best mechanics in the world, so he underthrows it as he puts a high ball up into the wind. And just when you have that good of a receiver, who I think is one of the best players I've seen at adjusting to the football and making catches in traffic, makes that play.
And the pass over the middle, and it's another first down against the tight end, Joshua Riley Phillips, with his second catch of the night. First one run for 16. This one goes for 18.
What you're going to see from Medke there is good mechanics that time. He throws up over the top, knowing that ball's not going to get deflected. The way he throws it keeps the ball high, and he knows where his receivers and his targets are going to be.
First and 10 from the 17. Handoff, breaking a tackle. Hampton spins inside the 10. He's down to the 5. Maybe the 6-yard line. Either way, it's a first down. First and goal for the Orioles.
Yeah, this is where you can tell the difference between this Champlin Park team and the teams that we've seen in the past. Champlin Park, you think of Champlin Park, you think of just great defenses tackling the football, and they just missed a lot of tackles here tonight. That's very uncharacteristic of the Rebels.
First down and goal. And a gain to the 5. Pickup of just 1 on that run, and a timeout taken by Osseo with 30 seconds left. So we have 1 timeout left, Joe.
Defense from Champlin Park closed down nicely on that play, but Osseo with some timeouts in pocket. Going to use them here, and second down and 4. Knowing what the Orioles like to do, they're going to have a play designed here to get in, and if they don't get in, I think they probably won't use their timeout immediately. I think they'll try to leave a bit of an incomplete pass, and they'll try to run another play, and then you save their timeout for a 4th down. But even if they run the football here, don't be surprised that they run the football and then snap it again. I mean, they like to kind of work with that kind of urgency. I'm guessing this ball is going to the air here. He gets the great advantage of having receivers that can run the fade or slant in this situation.
And there they go, and up to the end zone. Touchdown, Osseo. Josh Goldschmidt, his first catch tonight that goes for a 5-yard score.
So he gets up to the line of scrimmage there, and it's like, and depending on how the cornerback's going to play you, we can either, if he backs off, we'll throw the slant. If they're going to play you tight, let's throw the fade, and we can do it to either side as well. And let's call Joshua Goldschmidt's number on this one. And Goldschmidt at 6'3", sure-handed, makes that catch.
This time Kane missing on the extra point, but with 26.5 seconds to go, it is still 35-0.
Well, Goldschmidt is 1 touchdown shy now of his 10th touchdown of the year. He gets another one here tonight. They're going to have 3 guys hit the 10 touchdown mark in this football game. It's good coverage. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. He's absolutely draped all over him right there. And it's Osseo, one of their best defensive players. He has 3 interceptions on the year. It did give Goldschmidt any room to work with, but the ball is thrown perfectly, and the advantage Goldschmidt has with the ability to jump and his height which gives him an outstanding advantage, which Osseo is very good at taking advantage of.
Tao's kick, he'll keep it on the ground. High bounce, it'll be falling on at the 31-yard line. The Rebels will have 25 seconds left. Even with the wind, I would not expect anything too crazy out of the offense here.
No, I think we'll probably see Champlin Park try to do something here, see if they can't break something. They're not going to give up. But I don't think it's going to be just a bomb down the sidelines. I don't think that is what they think would be successful either. I think they might try to chunk away at a little bit here, see if they can't get something going though.
Roll out, Biegert right. Does throw it down the right side and incomplete. And a flag comes across. Yee, the intended receiver.
Just an unnecessary hit. I mean, it's a physical play, but that ball is falling incomplete, and Kelly Cameron, a very physical player, comes over and, Cameron Kelly comes over and makes that hit. And he's going to have to make the trip across the field here to explain himself to his coaches.
Well, because that ball was overthrown.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't need to make the hit in that case.
And Coach Lamker's letting him hear it, let me tell you. You don't get yelled at too much in a 35-0 walkaway, but, boy, it's still going on. Oh, yeah.
So there's a personal foul. A 15-yard penalty to give Champlin Park the football at the 47. 3 receivers to the left, 18 seconds to go. Well, he had a little more of a shot, perhaps. Well, Sumo, big hole at the middle into Osseo territory, down to the 43-yard line of Osseo. Flag is down, holding against Champlin Park.
Yeah, Nick Guzman got upfield here for Champlin Park and comes out the wrong side of a holding call. Repeat first down. They're going to start the clock here. Champlin Park is not going to use a timeout, I don't think.
He's going to have to hurry to get the snap, and does get it away. Trying to step up, and he's tackled, sacked back at the 35-yard line by Scott Hildebrand as the half comes to an end.
Well, it's a perfect ending to the half for Osseo. They made a mistake there with the personal foul penalty. It doesn't end up costing them, and one player makes a mistake and another player picks them up. And that's kind of how the half went. Anything that did go Champlin Park's way, which you can count easily on one hand, it wasn't a lot, Osseo quickly made up for.
Halftime, our score, Osseo 35, Champlin Park nothing. We're back with more prep football from Osseo High School after this timeout.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
John Jacobson, Joe Moline back at Osseo. The Orioles up 35-0 on Champlin Park at halftime. Highlights from the first half, and Osseo, after forcing a 3-and-out on Champlin Park's opening series, gets right to work. Prince Krulow, the run that helps set up a touchdown. Jamin Hampton from a couple yards out gets the score, and it's 7-0 Osseo. 6:40 left in the first quarter, and then on their next drive, one play, and it's a touchdown pass. Kittleson from Medkey, 35 yards for the score, 14-0 Champlin Park. And Gallimu catching the tipped pass. Medkey another touchdown pass. That one covering 43 yards to make it 21-0 after one. Defense coming up big. Jordan Ollie with an interception. It helps set up a touchdown pass. Medkey to Kittleson again. This one covering 18 yards in the score, and then the two-point conversion as well. That made it 29-0, and then in the final minute of the half, first a run from Sumo for Champlin Park, their best offensive play of the half, and then back to the Osseo touchdown. Medkey to Goldschmidt, 5 yards for the score, and there's a look at the first half and the numbers just as one-sided as the score. 293 yards of total offense for Osseo, just 42 for Champlin Park. And our score at halftime is Osseo 35, Champlin Park nothing. More prep football from Osseo High School after this timeout.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Osseo 35, Champlin Park nothing as we get set for the start of the second half. Osseo received the kickoff. Waiting for the final seconds to come off the board for the halftime, and then we'll reset to 12 minutes and be set to go. Osseo looks to be on its way to the semifinals next week, and that win over Totino Grace was big for them. It gave them a 7-1 mark and assured them of a number 2 seed in a home game next week, hosting that crossover game.
And I think it also gave them maybe a more favorable matchup, too. I mean,
right. Nemio Narasi with his first kickoff of the game. It'll be fielded at the 13-yard line. Return up across the 35 to the 40-yard line by Colton Alsett.
And you see Osseo just comes out getting right after it again. Nice and physical on their kickoff return team. And putting their offense again in great field position to begin the second half.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. And off to Hampton, trying to bounce it outside left, and he goes down at the 39-yard line. Loss of 1. And Sumo coming up and making the tackle.
And Sumo does a good job of coming off and making that tackle, but you got to give Champlin Park's interior a good job of really pushing that ball down along the line of scrimmage. And Hampton never really got north and south, picking up the positive yards he usually does.
Second down at 11. Play action. Throw over the middle by Medkeek. Gets the completion. Hill on the tackle. Nikior on the catch. And it's a pickup of 4. It'll be third down and still 7 to go.
Medke using that sprint out again, giving himself some more time and a nice throwing angle. And just has so much confidence that his receivers, even though the coverage is kind of around, he has so much confidence that he's going to be able to put that ball in the area where his receiver is going to make that catch.
Medke 11 out of 12 passing tonight. 183 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's pretty good numbers.
That's not bad. On 3rd and 7, steps away from some pressure, throws and completes a first down. Kittleson inside the 40 and down to the Champlin Park 38. Gain of 19. Kittleson tonight, 6 catches, Joe, 116 yards and 2 scores.
Again, not bad numbers. Kittleson having perhaps one of his best games of the year, and it comes at a pretty good time. Him and Medke really doing a good job of connecting here tonight.
1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 37. Given the end around, this is Hampton inside the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. They'll be shy of the first down, but not by much, but a yard shy. It'll be 2nd and 1.
And you see Osseo's offensive lineman with the ability to run, get out in front of the running back right there, and that ball just kind of gets stretched along the side. I mean, he picks up kind of a quiet 9 yards right there.
On 2nd and short, handoff up the middle, big hole. And Ikior inside the 10. It'll be a 1st and goal for Osseo. So the move he made first to his left and then comes back to the right, Joe, and a nice gainer for him.
Yeah, very shifty there in small spaces, but the offensive line winning that battle at impact up front. We have a Champlin Park player now down on a knee, injured as that play continued on.
It'll be 1st down and goal from right at the 10-yard line. Injured player is Dylan Cox, who's able to walk off under his own power. They'll wind the clock again. 1st down and goal from the 10. First drive of the 2nd half for Champlin Park, for Osseo. Driving on Champlin Park. They get a good kickoff return. And now mixing the run and the pass, and it's a 1st and goal. And the pitch goes to Crua. 5-yard line into the end zone. Osseo touchdown.
Osseo showing great ability on this drive here to run the ball off tackle, sweep. And again, another Oriole finding the end zone as that's Prince Crua. Another Oriole kind of flirting with 10 touchdowns in the year. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. I mean, he got 4 different players averaging almost a touchdown per game.
Edke holding. Extra point is up and through. Kane booting it through to make it 42-0.
Great block on the outside. Great block by Ekior, who makes that key block to let him get to the edge. And Osseo doing it through the air and on the ground. 3 apiece. 3 touchdowns rushing, 3 touchdowns through the air here tonight. And like I said, 4 touchdowns through the air. That's the 2nd one on the ground here tonight. Yeah, my bad. My apologies. I took a touchdown away from Medkey. Forgot about the one that was across the middle.
Tao with the kick. That drive taking just over 2 minutes. And it's fielded at the 20-yard line. This is Hill on the return. He's a dangerous guy if he can get in some space. It's out across the 30 to the 34. So first possession of the 2nd half for the Rebels. They'll start just shy of their 35.
Rebels just looking to get something going here at this point, playing for pride and that name on the front of their jersey, the Rebels. You don't want to be the Champlin Park team that goes down like this. And still a lot of time to be played here, and you want to kind of go out with putting some points on the board.
Biegert fakes the handoff of Mosumo, and Finley wraps him up for a loss. Back at the 32-yard line. Danny Finley, the defensive player of the year in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Undersized kid, but tackles well, has good speed, and makes the tackle for loss for 3.
Well, he did a great job there adjusting, because earlier in the game, his counterpart on the opposite end, Rich Davis, kind of bit a couple of times on that play fake. That time he read it, saw it, and then got his feet there and made the play.
On second down and 13, Biegert roll out under some pressure and goes down. Sacked by Rich Davis. Finley also there late. Take a look at it, Joe.
Yeah, a little play action fake buys him a little bit of time there, but then eventually Davis gets in there, puts some pressure on him, and finishes. Give him credit for the tackle for the loss and the sack, because he actually is the one that ultimately got him down there.
Third and 18. Biegert trying to throw, and he fumbles the football, and Finley recovers. Pressure inside by Davis, and the fumble recovery by Denny Finley.
This is an Osseo defense this year that forced 11 fumbles, recovered 6, also caught 9 interceptions, so they make turnovers happen, and Rich Davis making the play in his opposite end gets the recovery. Those are the two defensive ends that have absolutely given coaches in this conference a headache all season long, and how fitting that they do it once again here in the playoffs.
First down and 10 from the 18. Elliott Kane is the new quarterback for Osseo. And a flag before we even start. Push Osseo back 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15. It looks like the Orioles have taken out their starters on offense, Joe, as they have a first down and 15. The handoff to the tailback at a gain of 3 yards in the first carry tonight for Sagan Deji.
Yeah, Elliott Kane in the back in the game at quarterback too, a junior from Osseo. Now Elliott Kane is someone who started his young football career at Maple Grove. Never saw varsity action there early on, but he's part of the legal transfer where his family actually moved houses here, and now he's playing for Osseo. Kicks, and they hope he'll be the starting quarterback next year, I assume. Pitch
goes back to Adedeji, and he loses yardage back to the 24-yard line. Darnell on the stop. Loss of 4. It'll be third down and 16. And Kane will give to the fullback, and Darnell comes up and makes the hit on Mitchell Galbrecht after a couple-yard gain. It'll be fourth down and 12 to go for Osseo.
A little bit too long of a kick here to kick the field goal, plus it's into the wind, so it's a fourth down and go for situation. We might get our first look at the arm of Elliott Kane. Hasn't attempted a pass this year. Matt Medke's the only Oriole to attempt a pass this season for Osseo.
Get the play action. We will get a throw, and it's complete. And in fighting for that first down, coming up a little bit short on the reception, Ken Johnson, the senior, makes the catch.
Ken Johnson has to put that football away. Boy, he had it hanging out there for a little while, but eventually put it away and secured it, but comes up short of that first down, and we have a Rebel player down, injured on the play. And you see Johnson waving that ball around there. Eventually he tucked it.
Your Rebel player being tended to as Champlin Park will take over on downs. 1st and 10. They'll have it at their 13. Terry Sarpong is the hurt player who's out injured earlier in the game.
This one seems to be the old head injuries that they've been, unfortunately, has become so prevalent.
Woozy, a little slow to come off the field. So Rebels offense on the field. Mix of starters and reserves on the field right now for the Osseo defense. Champlin Park's first team offense still out there. 1st down and 10 for them, but deep in their own territory. Eager to hand off to Mosilmo. Breaks a tackle and gets out to the 19-yard line. Gain of 5, maybe 6 yards.
That delay plays worked pretty well here for Champlin Park's offense here tonight. They've, allowed the pass rush for us to try to soften them up the middle and then sneak the ball in there.
Biegert keeping it on 2nd down, and he'll get across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tackled by Davis. Bring up 3rd and short.
These conversions important for Champlin Park right now. They want to get obviously on the scoreboard, but just kind of getting some things going a little bit, keeping that Osseo offense off the field.
Biegert keeping. Gets a good surge out to the 23-yard line. He'll have enough for a 1st down. Fifth 1st down of the game for Champlin Park. Their first here in the 2nd half. Biegert giving to Mosilmo. Out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Lanners on the tackle, along with Abraham Johnson also in on it.
Yeah, I think he kicked that one out to the outside a little bit too quickly there. It looks like there was some pretty good blocking up the middle right side and off tackle, but he got a little bit wide, and that's where the Osseo defenders were waiting for him.
They get Cortez Stanley on the stop, and talked about Stanley. There's so many good defensive players you can talk about on this Osseo team. As Stanley's actually the player that is still down on the field.
And Stanley's going to be injured right now. Is going to be a good reason why a lot of these first-team defenders are going to start working their way off the field now and get those reserves out there, because the last thing Osseo wants right now is an injury to happen up 42-0 to one of their starters, and Stanley's definitely a key player for this team.
The Orioles fans have stuck it out, Joe. Not a bad night out, actually, for considering the week we've had.
No, yeah, absolutely. So. It's one of those nights where, you get this late in the year, and it's awfully tough to be outside for some of these high school football games, but so far so good here tonight.
Second and 5. Beeger on the delayed handoff, gets to Mosillo, and a nice open field tackle. That's Kifa Onyengor on the tackle. Gain of a couple, it'll be 3rd and 3. Give to Mosillo again. And he'll get a first down out past the 35 to the 36.
Champlin Park stringing a couple together here now. Getting a pretty good push up front. Of course, not going against that front four from Osseo.
From 37. And Sumo, the ball carrier. Stopped for a short gain. Romelo Flores on the stop, along with Onyengor.
Hey, saw some good speed up the middle there from Flores. I thought he's the one that kind of got through there and disrupted that play initially and made that play kind of a no-go.
Second down and 8. Steady diet of Mosillo here on this drive for Champlin Park's offense, and he's got a first down into Osseo territory. Dylan Tomke on the tackle.
Champlin Park gets a great double team on the left side of the line, and then they kick out on the outside. Nice little running room for their tailback. And another first down for Champlin Park as they get to midfield.
Give to Mosillo. Still going inside the 45 all the way down to the 42 before he's brought down. Gain of 8. Inside of a minute to play in the third quarter. And get the call again. First down at the 40. The 37 before he's tackled. Jim Yakundi on the tackle.
In a tighter game, Champlin Park would be in a hurry to run a play here with the win at their back to kind of keep that advantage going. But Champlin Park wants to put points on the board, but similar to where Osseo is at, they're not afraid of letting the clock wind a little bit here and getting out of here a little bit cleaner.
End of the third quarter, a score Osseo 42, Champlin Park nothing. We're back with the fourth quarter on 12 Sports after this. Osseo 42, Champlin Park nothing. Rebels with the football. They got a first down after that final play from scrimmage in the third quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 36 of Osseo. Well, Colo the back now. He'll get the carry. And gains 5 yards, maybe 6. He's close to the 30. Fourth carry for him tonight. 2nd down and 4. We've gotten to the fourth quarter, which means running time. Time the margin is 35 points or higher. Handoff, Wacolo inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Keontae Brewer in on the stop.
Well, these third down situations on this drive, Champlin Park's been successful. You got to imagine it's 4 down territory. Got a couple good chances at it.
Sumo back in on 3rd down and 3. He'll take the handoff, goes left side, cuts it back, has the first down inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line.
Great block on that left side of the offensive line again. Jason Anderson takes care of business, gives his running back the room to pick up that first down.
First and 10 from the 24. Silmo on the handoff, and not much going this time. Nice tackle by Keontae Brewer, the senior. Stops him for little or no gain.
Yeah, that time the quarterback did not read the defensive end properly. That ball should have been pulled back out, and quarterback Reed should have ran that ball on the right side as the defensive end had bit.
And off, Mosilmo falls forward for a couple of yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Seemed like Mosilmo tripped over his own cut right there. Kind of got happy feet in the backfield, wanted to cut back to the right side there and kind of just tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain, 3rd down and 9. 9 minutes in running here in the fourth quarter. Give to Mosilmo again, trying to cut back. And gets only to about the 21-yard line. Osseo defense forcing a 4th down. Onion Gore on the stop. It'll be 4th down and 8.
A 4th down situation where Champlin Park may have to put the ball in the air here, see if they can't get their first big pass completion.
Play action. Biegert rolls out right, throws to the end zone, and it looks like it is. They're fighting for it. That is intercepted.
If that ball was thrown at the right height, his receiver is going to go up and get it.
Ezahak Osman with the interception.
Take a look at Marty Hill and his effort, though. Marty Hill goes up to get this football and just can't quite come away with it. But Hill does a good job fighting for it after the play. You got to give him credit for really sticking it out, trying to get in there for his quarterback. Osseo defense intercepting yet another pass this season. As defensively, they've been able to do that to a lot of teams this year. It's going to be the 10th interception of the year defensively for the Orioles.
It's nice for that Osseo defense, the guys that don't play a lot of snaps in the varsity game, and they come up, they give up some first downs, but they stop the drive in the end, Joe.
Yeah, another quarterback into the game. This is Francisco Rodriguez.
Hand off and a carry out to the 19-yard line.
Those are the quarterback.
There's Rodriguez, the keeper, yes.
Yeah, just a little sneaker on your own goal line. You don't want to take a risk of handing the ball off, and he sneaks through the defensive line and keeps his feet going. A lot of times in the quarterback sneak, you're just kind of trying to get up, get a couple yards, and go down to the turf safely with the football, but he kept his feet churning.
Gain of 17 and a first down. Give to Adedeji, and he'll be stopped for a loss. A loss of 1 as Cox comes up and makes the stop.
And you're Champlin Park, you're a senior out there. You're just kind of trying to take it all in, too. I mean, you're trying to get some of your last plays in here. For some guys, they'll go on to play some football after high school, but for a lot of them, it's kind of an end of a long road. So much work and time and effort goes into being a high school football player, and kind of all comes to a screeching halt like this on a night like tonight.
Second and 11 from the 18. Adedeji on the carry. Excuse me, this is Galtbrecht on the carry. Out across the 20 to 23. Pick up a 5. Third down and 6 to come. 5.5 minutes to go.
Well, we'll see if Rodriguez now puts the ball up in the air. We saw Kane put the ball up. First time this year someone other than Medke threw the ball. Let's see if we have a second one now.
We'll stay on the ground. Adedeji, the ball carrier, gains a yard of the 24. And Cox is slow to get up. He is going to stay down. The captains for this Rebels football team. Cox stopping for an injury timeout with 4:53 to go. So the field in Class 6A pared down to 16 teams after tonight. Osseo moving on. Be home here next Friday night.
Yeah, we expect that Osseo game to be most likely against Prior Lake. Prior Lake is a team that is on the move kind of athletically down there. They've got an improving football program, improving hockey program, and a lot more numbers into that area. It's kind of one of those booming suburbs. And we talked to Coach Mike Grant the week that they played Tino Grace, and Eden Prairie had just kind of finished off beating Prior Lake and said he came away from that game being really impressed with Prior Lake and the size of that team. So again, Osseo, it's going to be nothing new for the Orioles. They'll come in against a team, if they play Prior Lake, against a team that's much bigger than them, but obviously Osseo's shown that doesn't matter too much this year for them. Right. They've got a special team that can kind of deal with it.
Fourth down and 5. Osseo didn't see a big advantage of punting. They'll get these guys running out of the playoff. Oh, they do Quick kick has take that back, and it's taken at the 40-yard line. Returned down the left sideline by Alec Weiss. And Weiss gets all the way down inside the 15-yard line of Osseo down to the 13.
Well, that one backfired a little bit on the Orioles. They wanted to punt it in that formation so that Champlin Park couldn't return the football. And he punted it right to a very speedy defensive back there.
The line driver by Rodriguez right to Weiss down the sideline, and finally pushed out of bounds by Ken Johnson. So it's first down and 10. They mark it at the 15 of Osseo for Champlin Park.
Osseo's second string defense now is going to try to hang on tight for the shutout. That's what they want as a team. They haven't shut out anybody yet this year despite all those big victories.
And a new quarterback and running backs and offensive unit in for Champlin Park. On the Angora with a nice tackle on Tim Miller, who loses yardage back to the 20-yard line, a loss of 5.
Osseo's had some pretty big marginal victories this year. 56-10 over Blaine, 49-10 over Armstrong. 49-29 over Park Center.
Kwaku Obuza is the quarterback. Pitch left, goes back behind Miller, and he falls on the back of the 31. Loss of 6.
Well, that definitely takes away the good field position Champlin Park had after the nice punt return. Backwards on a couple plays here.
Musa will hand it off to Miller. 25-yard line down, inside the 30-yard line to the 29. Gain of 3. Fourth down here for the Rebels at the 29. On the quarterback keeper, getting to the 22. Adeta coming up with the tackle on defense.
Adeta got a nice little hit though too. Nice. Not only does he stop him short of the first down, but comes away with a little bit of lumber on that hit.
And moves on the keeper, breaking one tackle. And there's a hit.
Nice one. And Osseo comes out of there intact, with the shutout intact, so they might get that first shutout of the season. It's got to feel good for the squad. Makes the victory all the sweeter. I mean, it's a sweet victory no matter what. A total dominating performance here. Playoff victory on to the next week, but just putting a shutout out, I mean, it just feels so good when you do that to an opponent.
Austin Greeley will take a knee back at the 20. And then Greeley, the fourth quarterback of the night, doesn't get to do much and kneels down, but he's in the game, right?
Absolutely.
Along with the rest of these guys.
It's the best formation in football, too. You got to come out there and you got to hold the ball as your team wins.
We'll have to snap it one more time, and then that'll be it.
It's going to hurt his yards per carry, but.
And that is it. Osseo. It's a hurt on Champlin Park tonight, ending the Rebels season. They fall to 3-6, and Osseo, impressive in that first half. They really had one early in this one, and they win it just 7 points after halftime, 42-0 the final.
I mean, just come out defensively, punt, kick the football, touchback, 3 stops, and then, you get the ball at your own 46, and you march down the football field, keeping the ball on the ground every single play, and you just kind of exerted your dominance up front over this team without really using some of your weapons. So right from there, Osseo felt really good. And then next possession, I was like, okay, now it's time to show off our aerial attack a little bit, and obviously that turned out pretty good. Matt Medke probably had the game of his career tonight, statistically at least, and 4 touchdown passes, probably over 200 yards, only 1 incomplete pass. Just an amazing performance by the senior quarterback on what has been a great year.
So again, Osseo will be home next Friday night, November 1st. 7 o'clock game as they look for a spot in the Metrodome the next week in the state Class 6A semifinals. That'll do it for our telecast tonight. For Joe Moline and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight for Prep Football on 12 Sports.